I want to turn to some breaking news that we've been following throughout the day. Early this morning, we had reports of a shooting that happened in Charlotte's SouthPark neighborhood, and we've learned from police, unfortunately, one person has died. We've got a crew that's been working on this story throughout the day. Our Jesse Pierre is joining us right now to talk about this. So, Jesse, what can you tell us about the scene, the situation itself, anything we're hearing from police at this hour?
Well, the scene has cleared at this point, but I spoke to several neighbors and they say, obviously this is a very frightening situation and there's so many questions, right? Was this a random act of violence, or was this woman targeted? We do know it was a woman. Now, this happened here at the Hazel SouthPark apartment complex, and this is a residential area. This is the SouthPark area, and this apartment complex is located on, let's see, just missed that right there. It's in SouthPark. It's right next to the SouthPark Mall, and this is on Barclay Down Drive. Now, CMPD responded here around 7 o'clock this morning, and a woman was found shot inside the parking garage of the complex. Now, one resident tells us he actually saw her lying on the ground and saw another neighbor already there trying to give her CPR, and he jumped in to help, but sadly she didn't survive. Now, he says the woman lived a few doors down from him, and was always friendly and was someone who always said hello. Now, right now, police haven't said what led up to the shooting. There's no suspect information that has been released at this time, and no arrest has been made. Now, even though this is a gated community, like I mentioned, when you have a shooting somewhere close to where you live, there's lots of questions about safety and security, and folks I spoke to say you do need a key fob to enter. Same thing, you need a key fob. It is gated to drive in, so if you're parked here, if you live here, you'll have a special fob, key fob to get in. Some are worried about non-residents getting inside. Someone pointed out that it's pretty easy for someone to just tailgate your car through the gate and follow you in. And so those are some of the safety and security questions that folks have brought up my way. Now, CMPD is still investigating this. This is an ongoing investigation, and the victim's name has not been released yet. Now, I did reach out to the apartment complex to see if they had anything to say, and they told me they've sent a statement saying they are aware of the incident and that they are fully cooperating with CMPD on this case. So that is what we have for right now. We are continuing to look into this, and the more details we have, the more we will share. Vanessa?
Yeah, and Jesse, I mean, you mentioned the fact that folks in this area are concerned, about the potential of this shooting. Was it somebody who tailgated somebody in? Was it somebody who was already in the community and maybe they live there? Have police addressed that at all? Sometimes we know, like, even if there's an ongoing investigation, it's pretty active, they might still say that there's no threat to the community at large. Have they given a briefing yet on this? Do we believe eventually they might speak on it? Have they addressed whether there is a concern for safety to the general public here?
So CMPD did speak earlier this morning. They have not addressed any specifics on the suspect. All they said is that they are looking into every lead that they have. So as of right now, it's very unclear what led up to this shooting, or if it's someone who lived here. You have a feeling that if they were able to get into the building or in the parking garage, that they had some level of access inside, but it's just, again, very unclear. So many questions still left at this point, and we're just waiting for CMPD to share any more details about a suspect, or if there's any arrest, or at least someone that they have on their radar, because I think that would also help quiet the minds a little bit if the public feels like they had a little bit more information about what police knew.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate you trying to work all the different angles, speaking with the residents, speaking with the, apartment complex itself, and also police. We know that you've got some reporting coming for us this evening on our regular evening newscast here on WCNC Plus. What time can folks see your reports, and any sort of specific elements you'll be bringing to folks during those reports this evening?
So I will be live at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. You will also see a report there on that one. You will hear from the gentleman who was there, who gave the woman CPR, just the fact that he was someone who was, who saw the woman, obviously, when she was hurt. He said that she had a pulse at the time and so forth. So we do hear from him. And then we'll hear a little bit more of the concerns as far as safety and security when it comes to neighbors and folks who live in this apartment complex. And then when it comes to just crime in general in this area, you know, I heard one person saying that they see a lot of road racing in this area. That's a concern for them. They hear the donuts and the cars, you know, revving up, you know, here and there. There was some incidents that have happened in this area that has been a little bit of a concern, but you know, you kind of get a mixed bag. Some folks feel safe here, some have some concerns, but you'll kind of get a little mix of that for the later shows. And hopefully we'll have more information from CMPD that we can also share.
Yeah, hopefully so. Jesse, thank you so much for your time here. We look forward to seeing your reports starting at 4 once again, folks who are tuning in here on WCNC Plus. Thanks, Jesse.